I think those of you who already have Richard's book, ta-da, will agree that the design is really makes the most of the images themselves and lets the images speak for themselves. So I was wondering if I could ask Jen to unmute yourself and join us this evening. Jen, you designed this for Richard, didn't you? Can you tell
Yes,
us a bit about what working with Richard was like and the approach that you took, please?
he was. He was a breeze to work with. Richard, you are fantastic. I think the pictures definitely speak a thousand words. So you wouldn't even need all of the stories to go with them because they're just that fantastic. I think even before knowing anything about him or the stories, the pictures were enough and were inspiring enough. So putting it together, not really knowing where you wanted to start or what kind of inspiration you had for book wise, um, it wasn't that it wasn't difficult in terms of which direction to go. I think where I started really was after having a chat with Richard. I looked on his blog and his website and thought that just looked fantastic anyway. And it said stylish and just works as it is. Everything's just straight to the point. It's not complicated. And I thought that should just, it's almost like a brand in itself, even if you didn't mean it to be like that, Richard, but it just worked as it was. So I think in reality, I think in the end, I used that as a base point, as an inspiration for the overall look and feel of the book. I think when he sent me over the context and the information, without really knowing how big it was going to be, or how many pictures and how many text, you never really know how long a project might be. And it didn't really take that long, I don't think. It might have seemed it at the time, Richard, I think, because how many times we'd revised it and gone back in, but it's so normal for it to go that way. But I think I took a screenshot towards the end because I just wanted Richard to know this is how I see it, and it was of all 275 pages on one big screen. And my eye, I think I got to a point where I could only look at it for a few, maybe an hour at a time maximum. All the colours would blur together in my mind, and I thought, yeah, I'd need a bit of a break. But when you see it in person, I felt like I looked at it from a totally new perspective. I felt like I'd never seen it before. So it's definitely special. But yeah, Richard's, what he'd already created was the inspiration there, really. But he was fantastic, absolutely brilliant.
That's great. Sorry, I was trying to talk with the microphone on. Sorry. That's my usual trick. Sorry. That's thank you so much for that insight into what Richard's like to work with. I really wondered if you'd be saying that he was a complete tyrant to work with, which
No,
none of us would believe you for a second, except perhaps Sue in the background there. Maybe I don't know. What do you think, Sue? Tyrant? She's keeping
No.
out of it.